I'm Zach Nanimus.
And I'm Chelsea J.
You're not going Vicky K?
Vicky K. I forgot.
Are you sure that you're not washed out?
No, I'm just that white.
When everybody hates it, we think it's okay. When everybody likes it, we gotta complain. We're quite contrary.
I'm a little tin soldier that's wound with a key. Impress.
Impress.
When I'm not being used, they keep me in a little box. Impress.
Impress.
Hunting my own kind keeps me awake at night. Poison.
Poison.
I can't get a date because my farts are...
Poison. Hey!
Thank you, and welcome to Quite Contrary, the only show that's mathematically designed to disagree with you. We always point.
L.
I'm Zach Nanimus.
And I'm Chelsea J.
You're not going Vicky K?
Vicky K. I forgot.
Are you sure that you're not washed out?
No, I'm just that white.
Before we get started, I wanted to let you know that Quite Contrary is brought to you in part by Camp Gladiator.
Camp Gladiator! Exercise till it hurts. That's normal. It's called lactic acid.
We're also brought to you in part by the Acadiana Humane Society. The Acadiana Humane Society. Fur! Just freaking everywhere. But forget promotions for a second, because today we are joined by my co-host and sister, Vicky K. Vicky K is joining us from the beautiful world of 30 minutes from my home. We're also filming in my home because our normal studio, which is also Johnny's apartment, is no longer Johnny's apartment, and he's moving. So today we are a little late to the game, but that's not a bad thing. Today we're going to be talking about the sequel to Blade Runner 2049. Blade Runner 2049 is a smash hit sequel to the box office smash hit original, which was made by a one Harrison Ford, about a world filled with artificial humans known as replicants. And it's every Blade Runner's job to hunt down replicants. I don't know why. The movie doesn't explain it very well. But this movie is amazing. Visually, from a narrative standpoint, from a storytelling standpoint, it is one of the best pieces of cinema that I've seen in a long time. And critics and audiences agree. So here's what sucks about it. Number one, replicants are confusing. Okay, now as much fun as it was to have a replicant as our protagonist in this one instead of like a human like Deckard was, this movie did very little to disambiguate exactly what replicants are or how they work. Very early on, we learned that these synthetic people are organisms. They get wounded, they eat, they drink, they hold relationships, but are incapable of breeding and are considered second-class citizens. Well, why? Also, several references are made to a great blackout that wiped out both computer logs and replicant memories. But aren't they not robots? Why would a blackout affect some biological memories and not others? I mean, it's not like humanity would ever become so dependent on computer memory that a system failure could leave us ignorant to vital information.
Really? Without looking at your Facebook, tell me what high school you went to. Your birthday.
No, hold it. That's...
What's your girlfriend's name?
No, I know that. That's, Girly Frenderson.
Girly Frenderson. Number 2. The birthday party. Later in the movie, we learned that replicants are made with mature adult bodies, something that the film has a little bit of a fixation for, and that the void with the lack of memories is filled by a woman named Anna Stelline. Anna is a memory engineer who works tirelessly to give replicants happy lives to look back on, but this concept is introduced in a not-so-delicate way. Anna is a bubble girl with a rare autoimmune disorder that keeps her locked in a germ-free chamber, and when she meets our hero, Kay, she is delighted not only to see another person, but to be helping with the case. She's so delighted, in fact, that she goes right back to what she was doing, creating a birthday party memory for a replicant. Obviously, they wanted to punctuate a discussion about memory with a striking visual effect, and in that, they succeeded. but it was one of the few times in the movie where the special effect felt forced.
Yeah, if they really wanted to drive home this whole memory machine thing, then they could have easily have started the scene with her in, say, like a memory gallery, where he could have walked with her and she'd be like in a separate tube, and they'd be walking through all the different memories that she made, especially since they talk about memory being kind of fragmented. Or better yet, she could have used her memory viewing device to actually dive into Ryan Gosling's memories.
No. Don't do it.
Say I'm a bird.
Stop it. Stop it now.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Let's not go there.
Number 3! Love in the digital age. To further illustrate how different Kay is from the rest of humanity, we learn early in the first act that he has a long, healthy relationship with an interactive program named Joy. Joy is a hologram created by the Wallace Company, just like him! Joy is a holographic projection that attempts to cater to his every need, but is often frustrated by her inability to touch him. This relationship leads to some of the most thoughtful themes and best imagery in the entire film. Without explicitly stating much of anything, it shows how far removed he is from humanity by being a replicant, and how far removed he is from his own kind by being a Blade Runner. It strikes a bittersweet chord, almost suggesting he thinks he doesn't deserve a real relationship, and that is made sadder by the fact that Joy is really likable. And when you take all that into consideration, and then think about Joy's purpose in the movie, like as a storytelling experience, it all just falls kind of flat. Really, the only purpose that she serves in the narrative is to bring a greater sense of loss when she's killed off later in the movie. Which would have been heartbreaking if they hadn't spent so much time hitting you over the head with the idea that Joy wasn't real.
Well, of course they make it a big deal that she isn't real. His obsession with an inanimate object isn't something to glorify. It's gross.
Harry Potter body pillow.
You leave Harry Upholster out of this!
And that's our show. We want to thank everybody for hanging out, and we want to invite Vicky Kay to the show for her very first time. And actually, since we're off location, we can't end the show the way we normally do by eating gummy snacks in silence.
It's okay, we can just take a lot of pills.
No, don't!